Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we're looking at Divi 5 and we're looking at the background options. We had a great question on one of our other videos and somebody was just asking what are the background options with Divi 5, and they're pretty much identical to Divi 4. There's a few omissions there that I'd hope they put in, and there's a few little bugs that need fixing. But we're in there at the moment and I'll take you through it and show you exactly what we've got going here. So let's get started. I've got my Visual Builder open over here. Now let's go down, we'll add a new section. I'll make it a regular section. I'm going to chuck 2 columns in there. I'm going to chuck a little blurb in one, and a little call to action in the other. It is amazingly quick, this Divi 5 editor. Let's get rid of this section at the top here. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a section here, 2 little modules in it. Let's just make it full screen. We've got some great new sizing options with Divi 5. We go in there under design and sizing, go down to height for this one. I'm just going to use viewable height, but if we look over here, they've got all kinds of fantastic new functions for us, like clamp, max, min, calc, and we'll be going over these in future video. View max, view min. I'm going to do viewable height for mine, which is right there, VH. And I want to make it about 90. I think 92 is what I used last time. Great. And we'll just push the content down in the middle. We can close up our sizing, spacing's just underneath. So let's use, again, I'm going to use viewable height on the top, VH. I think I used 25 last time. Maybe a little too much. Let's put 20 in there. Okay, well, we're in the section, so let's start with the section. Background's always under content, whether you're in a section, a row, or a module. There it is right there. And we've got our same options again. It's just a lot quicker to get to them with this new system here. Of course, we can put in a color. Chuck in a blue there. They've got some great options for gradients. I've got a whole video on gradients. Just hit the plus to add a gradient. If you want to add a new stop to it, just click. You've got a new stop there. Put in whatever color you want. And of course, you've got your linears, circulars, gradients, and what have you. And you can come up with some fantastic things there. Next to that, of course, we've got our image backgrounds, which is one of my favorites. Let's throw in an image. Great. Let's just go into this module. This is a little blurb module here. I'm going to go into the module. I've got everything over here. You can undock this like you can with the old one, but as you can see, it's really easy doing it this way. Image and icon. Let's flip that from image to an icon. We'll roll down, find an icon and put in there. That'll work fine. I'm going to go to my design and make that icon white so we can see it over our image. We're going to align it on the left hand side, and we'll do the same for our text down below. I'm just going to flip it from dark to light in color so we can see it a little bit better. And all these background options we've been using on the section, you can use on rows and modules and also columns. And we'll be doing a bit of that as we go along. Great. Well, let's go back to our section. Back to the background as we were. We got an image in there. And we put in a color and a gradient. We can multiply this gradient or the color with our image. If we roll down a little bit, we've got background image blend. Click on this. One of my favorites is multiply, and what it'll do is multiply the last thing we put there, which was the gradient, with our image, and that looks pretty cool to me. But you can get some amazing effects by playing with these. For instance, if I go to luminosity, look what happens. It's great. So I recommend you play with some of these filters. You can get some marvelous effects. But one problem with this, I'll just put it back to multiply. Let's make sure it's going to look right on the front end, because with Divi 4, what you saw on the back end with the gradient didn't work on the front end. So let's save draft up here and we'll preview. Yeah, that's working fine up here. Let's get rid of that other one. That's the same page. But with Divi 4 also, if you put the parallax effect on, we actually lose that gradient. Still got it on multiply down here, but we've lost our actual gradient there. As you can see, that's moving at a different rate. If I put it on CSS parallax, it'll be fixed position. It'll just stay there when we roll up. It's more dramatic, but you can see what's going on. But we've lost, like I say, we've lost our gradient. One little trick we can do to get it back and have parallax, let's just make sure it's not doing it for us on the front end. Now you see we lost it on the front end too. But to get around that, what we might be able to do is go back into our gradient. We had this problem with Divi 4 also. And it looks like it's there, but it's not, obviously. But we've got a little switch here, place gradient above background image. Now that's put it in for us there. What does it look like on the front end? Just refresh this. It's great, but yeah, it put it on top there, but it's nothing like we had it on the back end. This is actually what I imagine when we put it on top. This is what would have happened with Divi 4. It's the full gradient that's just covering the picture. What we can do to get a hint of it, kind of like it should be down here, is go into each of these colors and just take the opacity down so we can see some of our image behind there. This is not ideal. We want to be able to see the same on the back end as we do on the front end. So that obviously needs a little bit of work there, Divi. But for anybody that's using it, let's try this, save draft. Now if we refresh this page, we should start seeing that image behind and still have some of that gradient in there. Yeah, it's not ideal. Well, we've got our parallax working there, so that needs a little bit of fixing there. I think for simplicity, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this gradient away. We can add a simple gradient that's got a transparent at the top, perhaps. And let's give it perhaps that same blue at the bottom. Now again, it's not going to show it quite like it's going to show it on the front end. So this is guesswork. Let's try that. And we'll update our little page. Now we've got our circular one. That's actually okay. I'm going to leave it just like that. We've got our circular one with the blue here and the transparent in the middle. We can read everything. But like I say, we really want these to represent the same thing on both ends. That blue needs to come down a little bit more. Okay, well, let's move on. Let's move on to background videos. Let's use our little module here for that one, perhaps. I'm going to go into the call to action module. There's no button there at the moment. Before buttons are going to turn up, we need to put a link for it in, for a link right here. So let's just throw a link in so we've got a button there for a bit of fun. Again, background's always under content. We'll get rid of that blue. Let's put a little background video in and hit the plus for a background video. I've got a couple uploaded, little MP4s for pexels.com, so they're fairly small. This one's 2 megabytes. It's a little revolving scene there. If you want to audition it, there's a little play button right there. That's what I'll use. Let's put that in the background there. Unfortunately, though, can't really read that writing very well. I mean, we can click on the button and just about see the title. But until it sort of fades out and comes back in there, it's looping automatically. You really can't read what's going on. So my solution for this would be, let's just put a black color back in the back here. I'm going to get rid of our MP4. Chuck a black in there. I'm going to go into the column that this is sitting in. So we go into the row, the green tab. We're working on column number 2 here. Again, background's always under content. Let's go back to video. Let's throw that in the column this time. You won't be able to see it because it's behind our black background there. We'll pop that one in there. While we're in here, I'm just going to round off the borders on this column. Do that over in design, border, perhaps 30 pixels all around. Great. Now we can go back into our module. Believe it or not, that video is playing in the background there. Back into the module itself, back down to our background. Click on the color field with your left mouse. Pull the opacity down so we can see enough of that video through there, but yet still read that writing nicely. Something like that, around 50%. Now, if you want to, you can add a background pattern on top of that. by clicking on the pattern. Click on the pattern field, it'll give you some more to put on there. There's some interesting ones. Not sure that I do that. It's not sure that it's too good on the eyes, not for me, but it is an option. And like I say, they've got plenty to choose from here. And you can mix and match the colors. Just click on the color itself, pull the opacity down the way you want it. Like I say, that's a little too much for me, but it is an option. But a good one you can use with this would be a background mask next door. And these are all pretty much the same as Divi. As you can see, it sort of masks off one area, but you can play with that color too and bleed through as much as you want. Let's turn it into a black perhaps. That's kind of interesting just as it is. But if you click on the color field, again, we can bring the opacity down, feed in a bit of it. We still got that nice pattern over there. I think the one that I used on the front end was the little chevrons. And again, if you want to bring that color up or down to create the desired effect, you can do. So there we have it. There's pretty much the same options as did before. It's really easy to get them. I do love this new interface here, but you can still do some wonderful things. Let's make sure this is all going to work on the front end. So we'll save our draft, go back to the page and refresh. And there we have it. We've got a little parallax page there. We've got our gradient and an image in the background of our section there. We've got a video and an overlay in our little call to action section right here. So like I say, there's a few little bugs there. I would have liked to, in the backgrounds, in the videos, certainly had an option for YouTube videos. I mean, I've got several videos on workarounds for that, but it would have been nice to have had that. And like I say, as you can see with the gradients, that needs a bit of work, but the options are all there. And I've had several people ask me, do you build your sites for your clients with Divi 5? No, absolutely not. Not at the moment. It's in the alpha. It's getting there and it's some wonderful features. And I'm really looking forward to the full version coming out. But right now I'm sticking to Divi 4 until all the bugs have been ironed out. Because the last thing you want to do is build a site for a client and then suddenly things stop working after a little update. So I'm a little overcautious. I love it. I think it's great. But I'm not going to be using it for clients just yet. So I hope you've enjoyed this anyway today. A little intro into backgrounds for Divi 5. Pretty similar to Divi 4, but there's some great options there. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.